Hello there, YouTubers. Newcomers, welcome here. I'm John, the Nut, and we're playing Mousetrap. Just kind of fill in stuff because we ain't doing too much stuff today. It's cold here. It's about 30 degrees and pretty good winds. So if you catch a lot of wind in the camera, sorry about that, but it's the way it is. Out of wood here again at the boiler. It seems to be eating wood pretty good. This one's going out today. Today I think is the 5th of February. This is 0.81 of a cord that's gone out. I got a little bit. I'm gnawing into this stack. That was one of those that I split up, I don't know, maybe about a month ago. I did a Yui tubie on that. I got some wood stacked here out of that crate, just kind of pre-warming before I go it in. Might have to get into emergency wood today because the ground is just so mushy. Well, I got a lot of comments on the my Mousetrap movies, and a lot of people wanted to say, you know, hey, put peppermint in there, and put peppermint in there. And there was, I don't know, I've used peppermint, I've used mothballs, I've used stuff called Radaway, and they just don't care about that around here. It didn't even seem to faze them. Now, mind you, okay, and then a lot of people said, why don't you get a 5-gallon bucket? Well, that's a good thing. If you had one trap or one place you put them in, one 5-gallon bucket would be nice. Up here, I'll show you a couple of the places some of these mouse traps are. I mean, I got about 30 of them out, so there's that with a chain. Something got that one last night, but I didn't get anything. So there's one up there in the, yeah, we'll walk up there. We're just making a movie. You guys seen everything around here. So we will let some heat out. There's one up there behind the air conditioning unit. I haven't caught that mouse yet, but I've seen him a couple times. But I haven't caught him yet. We'll open up the door. We'll let some of that heat out of the house. Too much heat in the house right now. Now, mind you, if you're putting out 5-gallon buckets, I'll turn the light on in here. Okay, there's one trap there. Okay, there's a trap over there on the floor. There's a trap down there on the floor. And then there's a trap up here on the floor. Now there's 3 more in the basement inside of there, to give you an idea. So if they get into the house, now the old garage door, they chewed that whole section of the door out. So we're going to turn that out there. So there's 2 in the upstairs garage. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the, let's see, 2 in the upstairs garage, 3, then 4 here, that makes 7, 2 or 3 in the house, that puts you up to about 10. Okay, there's 3 of them down there in that shed, that puts you up to 13. There's 2 in the greenhouse, that's 14, 15. So how many 5-gallon buckets do you want to put out there? I mean, it's just, I don't know. Then what's that make, 16? There's 1 in here. There's 17. I think there might be another one in there on a shelf. We won't count that. I don't have any back in here for right now. So there's 17 right there. We'll zoom down there further. We're just making a video. Now I'm doing pretty good on the mouse traps, on the mouses. Okay, I'm up to 47. Okay, so if I had a 5-gallon bucket in any one of these areas, you might catch 2 in a bucket a night if you're lucky. I don't know. It's a pretty neat idea. I forget how many mouse traps that's up to. There's 2 in the garage there. Man, it is cold out here today. All right, there's 3 in here. Now you can put one 5-gallon bucket in here. Might not be too bad, but you couldn't you couldn't get as intense, you know, because I got one here, one in there, and one over there. They like to run on these shelves. 5-gallon buckets aren't going to sit on the shelves. They'd be up. Now they might run up. Who knows? You can put a 5-gallon bucket over there. So what are we up to? 10 5-gallon buckets now? Or if you're putting the Radaway, or if you're using the Radaway, if you're using the peppermint that everybody talks about, you might as well buy the 5-gallon bucket. And to be honest with you, oh, mothballs. We've used mothballs also. Now I'm going to show you why I'm not really doing it. I need to bring a load of wood up. This is Mud City down here. This is just, now it's 30 degrees out when the sun hits that though and melts on the top. You can even hear it. It is so gushy, but I'm not walking in that mess. I'm gonna turn that off because you can't hear. But you can see it's just a muddy mess. Okay, now you can put one 5-gallon bucket for this whole area, but how do you know the mouse that comes up here, okay, is going to come all the way back over to here? That's one trap. I think there's 3 back here. And these are pretty good at catching one. One here, one here. That one on the chain, somehow they got that off that steel thing, and that chain, I caught a glimpse of it underneath here. You got to have those chains on there or they are really gone. So there's 4 in this little shed. So there's another 5-gallon bucket or 2, or another gallon of peppermint. So we're gonna start this up. Oh my gosh. Can you see the tracks there in the mud? It's just terrible, guys. I'm slipping. I'm in 4-wheel drive, sliding all over. Now there's another trap over there. You can see the chain, I think. See the mud. I'd rather have snow than mud. Now there goes a hawk or something. Red-tailed hawk. I'm gonna feed that guy. He's up there. I can't see him now. Oh yeah, there he is. You can't see him on the camera, but there he goes. He's way up there. I'm about ready to feed him. There he goes. I guess you can see him. I hate to chase him. I feel bad for coming back here. I think I might just park here and throw the tenderloins out for him. There he goes. He's way back there, but he's looking for the mice. Now back here, we'll show you some traps. Now mind you, why don't you put a 5-gallon bucket out was the question. Okay, which it came up quite a bit. Okay, there's a trap there. I catch one in there quite frequently. There's one on top of the black block. I haven't caught one there this year. That was that was real hot when I kept the hood down. With the hood up, they don't seem to go in there. I used to always have one here too. I caught one in there already. That's on the floor. Now, I haven't caught one back here. Can you see? I think I showed it. Can you see all the eaten up nuts back there? Excuse me. It's cold. I'm frozen. There's another one in this Jeep here. And now it would still take a couple 5-gallon buckets to satisfy this whole barn. There's 3 traps. There's 3 traps over here. You can see the 2 chains hanging down, and then there's another one further back there. Those are pretty good for catching mice every night. There's 2 traps set in here. Now there's a couple different kinds of traps. Okay, there's the standard Victor trap. But that one needs. Those are good, but this side here, that little rivet or whatever that holds those in comes out all the time. Oh, I forgot to put bait in this one. I'll have to rebait this one. But see how this is starting to come up there? I'll show you on a couple. So those traps there, they're inexpensive. They're only about $1 a piece. But they don't last that long. So I'm moving to this trap up here. These traps here, which they call it a power kill trap. And the part where it is here is plastic. That's not going to shrink and come apart. And those seem to be pretty good. And when they get the food in them, they don't seem to, when it catches a mouse, they don't seem to get the food for some reason. They come in and they put their foot on this part to step in to get to that right there. And it doesn't, they don't very often get the food out of there. There's a regular snap trap back there. But let me show you. I got 2 or 3 different traps, and I'm starting to like those power traps, but they're right expensive. This here's see how this section here comes up? Well, when that comes up, it loses its tension. This trap here, I don't really particularly care for that one. This one here, that's about the same as the other one. I don't really care for that one. Here's one where this piece here got ripped off, but I'll probably take one off of one of these other ones. But most of the problem, the failure on these is this piece here gets yanked off by whatever animal gets in there and tears them apart. But the power trap, now here's one that's, see how these come out? These come out all the time. So you start to lose. Yeah, I found my box of traps. So anyhow, that's what's going on there. Now I'm going to tell you, I think I get you on this thing and just tell you a story. It's a funny mouse story. I don't know if I'm going to be on there or not. Maybe not. 300. I just soon be in the story when I tell you the story. I got a couple mouse stories, and one of them, you never look like you're looking at the camera for some reason. I don't know particularly why. I'm either going to be in it or I'm not. I'm not sure where. That's in that part. That's in that part. I don't think that thing aims right, because that thing's aiming off to the one side. Anyhow, a long time ago, a lot of you know that I was a janitor. That's no question that thing's not aiming right, because that camera's aiming right to here. Anyhow, I was a janitor for years in high school, and there was a grumpy old guy that was the maintenance guy there, and he was just nasty all the time. Just mean, nasty, mean, nasty. You didn't even like talking to him. I don't remember what his name is, and it really doesn't matter. I wouldn't want to, if I knew it, I wouldn't tell you anyway. But anyhow, I was a third shift janitor in a high school, and that was real good thinking on their part, because that meant there was somebody in that school, in those schools, all night long, so they didn't need a security system. We were kind of it too. But anyhow, we'd go down to the lunchroom, and there was a TV up on the wall. It was a pretty high ceiling. It was probably, I bet it probably 14, 15 foot high. And there were shelves, and they had a TV up on the shelf, and this mouse would come out and climb up and down the cord to the TV. Well, this guy saw it, and he knew it was there, because this mouse would come out in the daytime. And so he came in one day, and he's, and he's grumping him on, there's a mouse in here, I'm going to catch that mouse, I'm going to show him. And so he'd set out a mouse trap. And the next morning he'd come in and check it, and the mouse wasn't there. So he didn't think anything about it. And the next night, me and the other guys working there, and me being kind of, you know, mischievous, let's put it that way, I said, I won't fix him. And the guy that I'm working with, I won't mention his name either, Al, we'll just call him Al. He said, what are you going to do? I said, watch this. So the other guy would set that mouse trap in the morning when he'd come in at 6 o'clock, and he'd check it at 6 o'clock in the morning. At nighttime, when we're there watching TV, I would take the mouse trap down, take all the bait out of it, scrub it up spotless, and put it back up there. And he'd come in the next morning, he'd check that mouse trap like the same reason I check the mouse traps. It's just, you know, did I get one? Did I get one? It's like looking for a treasure, I guess. I don't know. It's stupid. I come out checking all these mouse traps. But anyhow, he'd look at it and he says, oh, he would just go off. He would just go ballistic that he did not catch that mouse. I don't know what's wrong with him. So then he started setting 2 traps. And this went on for a week and a half. Honest to God, it was a riot. Al, or whatever, and I were just basically just rolling on the floor every morning when he comes. I don't know how that master, I don't know. Oh, he was just going ballistic. And we're having the best time of our life. Finally, I told him what I was doing. And it was just, it kind of tell him like, here's what's going on. Okay, you're getting so ballistic over this mousetrap and this thing. I could not do this, not do this to you. I said, put yourself in my position. Isn't it funny? And he kind of looked at me, and that's, I think, maybe the first time I saw that guy smile, and then he just kind of got a chuckle out of it, and everybody in the school got a chuckle out of it. So it turned out all right, but that's one of my mouse stories. I got another mouse story that I have to tell you on the next mouse time. So kind of hope you like this story. Tell me your mouse story in the comments below. Kind of interesting. Everybody's got mouse stories, but that's what we got so far. These are going here. They're going to go out on the mouse buffet. I'll show you where they're going out. Over here. This is the mouse buffet, and I hope that Mr. Red-tailed hawk comes back to get them, because I have another 15 mice out in the front on a one of those wood pallets, that one that I just took down, or the thing that holds the wood box, and nobody's gotten into them yet. There's 14 or 15 on top of that. So I'll put some of these out. I'll put some up there on that metal thing, and then I'm going to put a trail cam out here and see what I get. So that's it for why I don't use peppermint. I mean, I still have mouse traps in that barn. I'm going to put a trail cam in that barn, because something gets into, I'll show you. Well, what are we at here? We got a minute or two to walk up there. What the heck? Something pulls those traps out. I hide those traps and tuck them back in. I think it's the raccoons. And I've had the chains broke on these, still getting traps missing. One of the traps in the other barn was missing, and I finally found it. I don't think the squirrels are getting in here. I'm pretty sure it's raccoons, but these traps here, now they're set. Can you see that trap in there? That's an axle and this kind of crap and all that under there, and that mouse trap will be out, down, and the mouse will be gone tomorrow. Just about guarantee you. And then there's another one over here that's always been a real big problem. And you find this mouse trap here everywhere. It's tied to something pretty steady, but it's down, way down in there. You can't even, I don't know if you can see it. But that'll be out. All this stuff will be torn away, and that mouse will be gone tomorrow. So I'm going to put a trail cam aiming at that and see if I can't pick up what's doing it. So have to keep you in suspense, because I'm in kind of suspense. But anyhow, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I know this isn't the most exciting thing. And if you really want to see something, if you're into mouse traps, which if you are, I'm not sure about you. But anyhow, the guy that is probably the best person on YouTube on mouse traps and different things for mice is Sean Woods. You should go check his channel out. He does antique mouse traps, new mouse traps. He makes mouse traps. He sets them up. He photographs them. He is really a good YouTuber on mouse traps. So anyhow, I answered the questions why I don't use the 5-gallon buckets, because I'd have to have 30 of them. Why I don't use peppermint or mothballs. That's another story about mothballs and mice. Right away, none of it seems to work. So over and out for now. We'll see what's on the trail cams tomorrow. See you later. Thanks. Bye.